back. We're here with Fuji guys. I'm Greg.
And I'm Billy.
We're the Fuji guys.
Fuji guys.
We're here to tell you about the first look on J Series cameras. So if you bought a J Series camera, or if you're thinking of buying a J Series camera, this video will step you by through rather all of the different attachments, buttons, bells, and whistles. And again, as I mentioned on the other videos, there are several J Series models. For the most part, all the information applies to all models, whether you've got the 10 megapixel version, the 12 megapixel version, or the 3x zoom version, or the 5x zoom version, or the 2.7 LCD, or the 3-inch LCD. Anyways, so you take it away, Billy, and run us through a J Series camera, please.
Great, thanks, Greg. So I do have the J30 Black here in front of me. Just quickly taking a look at the side of the camera, we have the camera straps, and we also have the USB connector, and that's the same connector that you could that allows you to connect the AC adapter, which I showed earlier in the videos, to charge the batteries inside the camera. If we take a look at the bottom of the camera, we have the tripod mount, which is dead center again, which is great because it gives you a good balance for putting on a tripod. There's actually a speaker port on the bottom of that as well, and of course the battery cover. We slide that open, it slides like that, and you notice there's a big opening for the batteries, which is included in the camera. So what you do is you match the lithium battery, the orange side to the orange, and I'm just going to put that in like that. Of course, if you put it in the wrong way, you'll sort of notice there's some sort of restriction on that. So if you notice that, stop, make sure you have it in the correct way.
And that's snapped in, so if they turn it upside down there, it's going to stay in the camera. Okay, good.
We've got the SD cards. Again, our Fuji camera uses SD cards, SDHC cards. Again, gold contact, faces the back of the camera, and we'll slide that in, and it clips in place. If it doesn't go in the first time easily, you may have it in the incorrect way. So I have that now, snap it in, and that's putting in the batteries and the memory card. Now let's take a quick look at the front view of the camera now. So we have the lens, of course, straightforward. If you look at the bottom of the camera, there's actually a microphone. So if you do any video recording on that, make sure you're not covering that, otherwise you can get a muffled sound. There's actually a flash. So again, and I noticed with some pictures, you know, when you do take the picture, make sure you're not covering the flash with your hands. Otherwise, you can see some low shadows in the pictures. There's actually an LED light in the front, so if you have the self-timer feature on, after about 5 seconds, it starts blinking 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it starts taking the picture. So that's a quick look at the front view of the camera. If we take a look at the top now, only two buttons, the on and off button, and also the shutter button allows you to take pictures. And like with any digital camera, there's really a two-step process. You push halfway down, which pre-focuses and pre-locks the exposure, and you push all the way down, it takes the picture. Of course, you know, like any other digital camera, you can push all the way down, and it will actually pre-focus and expose and take the picture on one shot. So if you're one of those guys who just like to push the button right away, you can do that as well. Okay.
Well, I like to do it halfway down first, Billy, because when you take the picture, it's more immediate. A lot of people find this delay process if they just clunk the camera down and they actually miss their picture. So by pre-focusing and setting your exposure and everything, it actually will take the picture that much more quickly.
That's a great tip.
Much more responsive.
Okay, let's take a look at the back of the camera. Again, great little feature, slim style camera, but it has a very large LCD screen. In this fact, the J30 has a 2.7-inch high-res screen. There's a playback button right there. This button is awesome because a lot of times when you play back images, you know, a lot of people tend to turn the camera on and then push the playback button to look at the images. With the Fuji cameras, you can actually just hold the playback button down for a couple of seconds, and it will automatically turn on so the lens does not protrude, and you reduce the amount of damage that you may cause when you pass this camera from buddy to buddy. Okay? You got the display button, which toggles through several of the screens, like information on the screen, as well as if you're in the shooting mode, it enables the grid lines, which help you with the rule thirds, and you can also turn off all the information, so all you see is the images on the back of the camera. You have the directional pad that goes up, down, left, right, which allows you to navigate the menus. And of course, in the shooting modes, they also double up as a flash control button, which toggles through force flash, no flash, red eye flash. There's also a self-timer button, the macro button to get you about 10 centimeters away, and as well as a quick delete button to delete that one image if you're looking at that one picture on the back of the camera. Now, in the shooting mode, That button also doubles as a brightness up button. So again, because there is no viewfinder on the camera, it's just an LCD. A lot of complaints you may get is that you can't see the screen in a bright sunny day. So having that feature and then turning that on allows you to see the LCD screen a lot more clearer. And of course, the top right-hand corner of the camera, you'll find the zoom button to get you closer or further away from the shot. And again, the J30 is a 3x optical zoom camera. So you can get pretty close to the subject. So that is a quick look at the J30.
Now, Billy, I'm just going to add something because we are looking at all the J Series cameras here, and I want to just mention that the top of the line J Series camera is a J250 right now, and that's the one. It's a little bit larger and a little bit thicker than the other J Series cameras, and that's because it has a 5x zoom. So besides being a little bit thicker, and besides having a larger LCD screen, what I wanted to point out to the users out there is that you'll find on your J250 that you have this mode dial. And some people like one system better than the other. This mode dial gets you to a lot of the shooting modes by simply turning this dial instead of having to go to the menu and then find that shooting mode within the menu. So I just wanted to point out that because, again, we are talking to the audience about all J Series cameras. And I just want to note also at the same time when we're talking about different cameras that we do have a couple of the models available in different colors, including silver, black, and pink. Okay, so that's all I wanted to add, and come back to review our top features with the camera, and that'll be on the next video. Until then, I'm Greg.
And I'm Billy, and
we're the Fuji guys.
Fuji guys.
See you next video.